So my issue with Kansas State is of the three at the top, I like them the least. It's not necessarily a bad team, Kansas State, but let's go through it.
Look at us becoming best friends. All right, so first of all, here's why you're propping them up. Not you, I'm saying
the
if you're
odds.
building a case, they hit the schedule lottery. You can pull the schedule. It's the 30 easiest in the league.
Yeah.
Second of all, Will Howard gone, Avery Johnson in. Now,
Exciting.
Avery Johnson, playmaker, exciting, great with his legs. You know what I don't trust? His arm. He hasn't shown the ability to throw the football. When you combine that with the fact that who's playing wide receiver, I don't know.
That's unknowns.
I love that. Look, they run a two-back system at K-State with Giddens and Edwards, the kid who was at Colorado.
The transfer, yep.
He came home. I like their backs. I like Avery. And you go, well, they'll lean on the ground game.
And they'll play defense.
But what don't you like? How about losing 4 or 5 on the offensive line, including the best O-lineman ever play at the school in Cooper Beebe?
Yeah.
So I think you have these questions offensively. And look, the defense is really good in the secondary, returning starters. You know where they're weak, Jim? Up front.
Both sides of the ball, which we don't like.
Correct. And it's very anti-Kansas State. I worry they won't get pressure on the quarterback on defense. You know what else I worry about? When you got to line up in this conference, if you don't have a front four, you're going to be facing the Dirty Birds. You're going to be facing Ollie Gordon. You're going to face Utah, who's going to drop the hammer. And you're going to be facing my boy, the Gus Bus, down at the bounce house. You just have these teams, their mode of attack is, we're going to fucking punch you in the face. Jim, I'm scared about it. I don't love this team at all. I won't play the under, but I was close. It is 9.5, plus 120 to the over, minus 110 under. I actually like the under, but I wanted to talk to you about it. It's 400 to win the conference, 280 to make the playoff. I want no part of those.
No.
Would you dare go under 9.5?
Okay, so they're just to sum it up, they're too short to bet on them to win the conference or the playoff.
Correct.
So
because you and I both like Utah that much,
and because as we go through this episode, we think there's 6, 7 teams that could actually get it done. So at plus 400 to win the conference, it's not enough. 9, 10 wins is what the line suggests. It's a lot of respect for the program, but you're right. There's some obvious flaws in the way they're set up here. I don't think there's any value in betting the number. I think they have a baseline built in because of Kansas State and what they've done there with Kleiman, but I can't get around trenches. I can't get around lack of skill players. I can't get them over the hump to 10 wins. So it's a lean to the under, but I'm not playing it.
You're not going to do it. Okay, no. And schedule-wise, I'll run through it real quick.
Oh, early we're going to know.
Because UT Martin, Tulane, and then they're going to play Arizona, who's ranked.
And Oklahoma State.
They'll play Okie State. They'll go to Boulder. They'll go to West Virginia, come home against Kansas. That's a pretty tough stretch. Now, here's your thing. Down the line here, they have 3 cakewalks. At Houston, who's going to be abhorrently bad. Cincy and Arizona State, who's atrocious. Their last game of the year could decide it. They're in Ames. They're at Iowa State.
Pain in the ass.
I think a lot of. Look, here's your losable games. Arizona, Okie State, West Virginia, Kansas, Iowa State. That's 5 games.
Yeah, I think in a wide open conference.
If they lose 3 of those.
Yeah.
Jim, I think the under is actually.
You want to play it?
All right, let me ask you this. If I really like Utah and I really don't like K-State, those are the plays.
Yeah.
And if we say, hey, this conference is wide open, then it would mean
someone's got to lose.
There you go.
You can't bet everybody over.
And I admit this to you. There's a team on their schedule I like quite a bit to where I'm going to play the over, and I think they're going to blast their over. So it just felt like at minus 110, I wanted to, I don't know. Okay, so I wanted you to bless it, Pontiff.
Then I will, because it's a good point. Sometimes we do this in a vacuum. We look at one team. It's a conference. If I like teams 1, 3, and 4, team 2's got to lose a couple games. You know, I mean, so yeah, I'll go under.
All right, so we can add that to our list of potential plays.
Yes.
Okay.